Yeah, Martin, the next 5 races are at tracks that are in the playoffs. So will you look at those? And should we read any more into these next 5 races than we have the previous 7?
I don't know. I mean, obviously every race is important, but being that it's there'll be playoff tracks, yeah, it's definitely important. So I don't know that you could look and say here's the guys that are gonna do good in the playoffs just because they run good the next couple of weeks. A lot changes between now and then. So look forward to hopefully running well and hopefully getting a few more wins. And building the notebook for the playoffs is definitely an important thing.
And also, there's some chatter of, when will NASCAR start allowing, maybe some sponsor people and others in the garage, potentially, I guess you guys could start doing some meet and greets. Do you have any sort of standards that you would like to see where you'd be comfortable in doing those things?
No, honestly, I hadn't put much thought into it yet. Just wait and see, kind of wait and see, what's going on first. So for now, I don't know of anything changing. I haven't been told anything. So, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Claire B. Lane. Go ahead, Claire.
Thank you. Martin, you are the guy who's won 2 of the last 3 races that have ended under the lights, and you're the fan favorite, and you're the favorite if people want to bet money, I guess. And I wonder how you learned to feel like you could tackle Martinsville or like Martinsville, because initially you weren't too keen about it, right? And then all of a sudden you won, but what was the difference? A lot of veteran drivers still can't figure Martinsville out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a tough place, and I think it's it's a place that once you figure out some things, I think especially with your cars and how you like them to feel, and if they don't change the tires too much, you can kind of take that and run with it and continue to build on that success. So I think for us, it's just been really figuring out what I needed in my car, and making it do the things I needed to do, and then we've been able to kind of do that here the last few trips pretty consistently. So just hope that we can we can make that happen again. It's a tricky little place. It looks, I've said this before, that it always looks like Martinsville would be a pretty easy track just because it's pretty small and flat corners and things like that. But it's real technical, and there's a lot that goes on with the way the rubber gets down into turns in the concrete, and that can change things really drastically. So we'll see what we get here this time around. But last year both races we were really strong and felt like we had a shot to win both of them, and of course we won the spring race. So look forward to going up to Martinsville and hopefully continuing that success.
Martin, can you learn anything by watching the Xfinity race? I mean, will you tune into it? You can pick up anything, or is it just Martinsville when you get there?
Yeah, I think you can definitely learn. It's one of the places where you can see you can see the way the rubber lays down and things like that at nighttime. So yeah, we'll be watching for sure and see what it looks like.
Good luck. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Claire.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Hank with AP. Go ahead, Hank.
Hey, Martin. You've had a lot of success there recently. How much is patience a key element to how you approach Martinsville?
Yeah, I'd say it's important for sure, especially on restarts. For whatever reason, if you get hung on the outside, it's a pretty frustrating place. So, that or pit road penalties or things like that happen, and it can be pretty frustrating trying to make passes. So definitely patience is key. It's a long race. Obviously you need to be around at the end. So definitely key at short tracks always.
And with rain in the forecast, how much does that maybe alter the way the track is going to be when you get on it?
Yeah, it just depends on what happens. I mean, last year we went there and I believe the Xfinity cars were not there, and we were the first cars on track. And that first run with no rubber on the track was really hard on the tires. And we seen guys that ran up front towards the end. We were one of them. We were, I think, fell back to 15th or so that first run. It was pretty bad. So it'll definitely change things up. But once we get going into the race, not a big deal either way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Anton with ASN Motorsports. Go ahead, Anton.
Thanks, Amanda. Good afternoon, Martin. So you'll drive this time around at night at Martinsville, and what are the differences in driving at the paperclip at night comparing to driving it at daytime?
Yeah, really not much different. I mean, they light it up pretty good, so it's not a whole lot different. I think, the biggest change is probably, again, the question of how the rubber lays down into the concrete in the corners, and what's the track temperature going to be. Typically in the daytime there, the sun's out, and that can make it get pretty slick. Nighttime, a little more gripped up, a little more traction in the corners for the most part, and usually a little bit more tire wear as well.
Thank you. Wishing you all the best for tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, our next question will come from Alex Andrea. Go ahead, Alex.
Hey, Martin. You almost seemed kind of surprised after running so well at Bristol in truck, and then obviously you had a good finish, a strong finish in the Cup race too. And so I'm curious if you've sort of seen the start of this season as having your team having a lot of momentum, and if so, kind of what the difference has been.
Yeah, I've been feeling good about things. Obviously, last year we had a good season, but it was a little bit up and down. We had some tough weeks, and we had some really good ones, and a lot of really close second, third place finishes. So a lot to build on, and I feel like just we've hit the ground this year with more confidence, and just understanding the no practice and how it all works, and really just the guys are doing a good job of hitting the setups better when we start the race. So that's been a really good thing. And I guess the biggest surprise at Bristol for me was just not having a lot of dirt experience, not really knowing what to expect. So I didn't have high expectations going there. I just wanted to go there and have fun and enjoy myself, and we definitely did that. So it was cool to win the truck, and unfortunately got the flat tire on the green white checker there in the Cup car, but strong run all day, and I really had a lot of fun, and look forward to doing it again.
Is there anything, I guess, that you're doing differently this season, or your team is?
Not really. I would say, just better prepared for not having practice, I think, is the biggest thing. And, James, my crew chief, James, last year was his first year. So just continuing to build on, what we did last year, and understanding things better has been a big key.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, our next question will come from Jeff with Empire Sports. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, Amanda. Martin, you had the success at the Bristol Dirt event despite a lack of dirt experience. So NASCAR has made it clear, they confirmed that they're returning to Bristol Dirt next year. Are there any adjustments you'd like to make? It seemed like things went really well. The track crew did a great job, but are there any changes you'd make to future Cup Series dirt events?
Not really, anything big. I think the biggest thing was just, we need to figure out how to keep the dust down more. I think our races are so long. Typical dirt track races is probably 50 laps or something, and by the end of that race, it was a real challenge with the dust. So try to figure that out. But really, that's about the only thing. I thought everything else went well, and it was a lot of fun.
We hit a bit of a landmark on the Cup Series schedule in a bye week, and it's an interesting circumstance that we've run all kinds of different tracks. As we've reached this landmark bye week and prepare to resume racing, how do you feel about where the number 19 team is at this point? And do you feel that this is a championship contending car?
I feel really good about where we are. I feel like we've been strong everywhere. As you mentioned, we've been to a lot of different types of racetracks so far, and we've been pretty strong at just about all of them. So feeling good about where we are. I think it's still early. There's a lot of things going to change, and we have to continue to work to find things to make our cars faster, and continue to work hard and make sure we're not making mistakes, and do all the little things right, which is always a challenge. So feel great about it. I feel we've got a championship winning team, no doubt about it, and we're ready to get after it, see if we can get it done.
Awesome. Well, good luck tomorrow, and enjoy the race tonight.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to take a follow-up question from Bob Pockers. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Martin, your guys spend a lot of time out front in Martinsville recently, and I'm curious, they've changed the grass to concrete, and they've actually painted it pretty dark. Does that matter at all?
I don't think it does. I think your sight line is really the curb and around the racetrack. So I don't think it'll change anything at all other than what it looks like on TV.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, Martin, thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate you spending time with us, and we wish you the best of luck this weekend.
No problem. Thank you.